Good morning, everybody, and this is your DAX day trade setup for today. So some interesting potential trades that are brewing on the DAX, and we'll get to those at the end of the video on the lower time frames. But for now, let's just get the structure drawn in so that we know exactly what's going on here. So firstly, that is pretty much our trend line in this area. And then we do have a bit of a steeper trend line as well, but I'm not going to bother with that at the moment. So this to me is, actually take it back to there. That's the trend line. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 touches on it, fairly strong on the daily. And then we also have a trend line along the top here, which has been tested a couple of times. Right, so nothing that we can really see here. Pay attention to the monthly, guys. You can see we've got a monthly range bar forming on the DAX, and look at the oscillators here. Yeah, there's a lot of people that are saying long, and I'm all for that. We're with the trend at the moment, but I would prefer to be long, in all honesty, somewhere down here at 13,770. That to me would offer some pretty good value. Climbing in up here just doesn't make sense at the moment. Okay, let's just get down to the lower time frames. Looking at the 3 hour, we are flirting inside these moving averages at the moment, and we started that last week, strong move up, and then pretty much got nowhere. The important thing here is our high of last week and our low of last week sort of fits inside the previous week. So it's an inside bar. Okay, you can see there's a high of the previous week, and there's the low of the previous week, and look where we fit in. And there was the open, and there's a close, so that's pretty much an inside bar in the previous week. So read into that what you may, because it's a green inside bar, so anything, it could be up, could be down. Not really going to worry about that at the moment. So here's the situation that we do have right now. And that is, we are range bound in this area here. We had a little bit of a triangle break, and then that triangle break has gone into a range. And let's look at this range: big up, big down, big up, big down. So this is so typical, especially when you look at the moving averages. If you look at what the moving averages do, they are flat, but they are starting to point down here. So I'm suspecting what we're going to see, there is our triangle break from yesterday. You can see break. So I'm expecting a move back to the upside, and you're going to pick up any one of these areas here, there. So that would be 15,621. So I would be looking for a short entry from there, and I'm looking at a stop above one of these two tails here. Take your pick which one you want to go to. This one is a bit more conservative. Personally, I would go above the high of yesterday and just take a smaller position. Not that this is massive risk, 60-point risk, but I suspect that's what's going to transpire. And then you have an area down here where the gap is. It's 136 points, so that's 15,487. Let me just put this in so you can see what I'm talking about. There's the next level, and there is a magnet, there's a gap over here. That would be the first trade. Second trade, I would assume that we would bounce off that, find resistance off one of these tails here, and then look for another attempt to the downside to try and break it. So in other words, it could form a bigger range. I think that range is pretty clear to see between these two levels. If it does break below these levels, and that's sort of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, it's not quite a weekly low, there's no weekly resistance there or support. So if it does break below that level, then I'm expecting a move down to this area here. And that would be 15,300. And you can probably just line this previous load up here as well. Okay, don't think it'll happen in a single day, but that's kind of the move that I suspect is going to happen. So it's looking really tired. This trend line to the upside is holding quite nicely. If you look at this on our You know, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 touches on the top. It's going to take a lot to get through that. So I would expect another move up, either top of this range, or even a bit of a gap down and then a retest, close of the gap here. That would also be an opportunity short with a stop up there. But whenever we start breaking up and above the moving average, this is panic buying at the moment, trying to get it up, and the bears are coming in and just scaling in at the moment. So that's kind of what I'm seeing, and we are below the moving averages at the moment, and they have crossed over. So next logical step for me would be to see it pointing to the downside. 15 minutes, you'll see what I mean. So you can see above and below, and then we're sort of just closing here. So at the open, the bears should try and take control of this to push it down, and the bulls are going to come back in, but they'll come in off structure, and the structure will be down the bottom here. Okay, anyway, that's it for me on the DAX. Short trade available there, and we will catch up with you later. Cheers for now.